Hi, Rick Lomas here from Serre Chevalier.org, and I'm with Davina from Ski Connections, and she's holding the camera now. We'll swap over in a minute. Ski Connections last year was purely a ski school, is that right?
Yep.
And this year they've now got a shop here in Villeneuve. You can see where we are. That's the Casterbuff ski run there, which is quite a famous one. And we're going to go into the shop, which is just here in the main Prélong commercial centre. So let's go to the shop. So it's on the first floor, so famous logo, brand new in blue and white. Okay, let's go inside. Anyway, here is the lovely Davina to tell us about her wonderful Ski Connections shop.
Hi Rick, hi everybody.
Hi.
So we've got some new premises this year, and the idea, the concept is that you just come into one shop and we can book you your lift pass, your ski hire, and equally your ski lessons. So it just makes everything just much easier. You can just get everything in a pack. So over here,
Okay.
I think everyone knows what skis and boots look like.
Let's go have a look anyway. Okay, so show us some of the skis then, Davina.
Alright, so basically what we're trying to do is make skiing a little bit easier. So especially if you're an independent traveller and you're coming out, you can book your flights into one of the local airports, get a transfer into resort, and then you can just book everything you need from one ski school. We have various tools to help your holiday go a little bit better. No, obviously we don't use this on you and we don't use this for teaching. So, let's move on to the equipment. As I said before, all the equipment is brand new this year. For the better skiers, we've got some great skis ahead, and then we've got some Rossignol Bandits for those that like to go a little bit more off-piste.
They're twin tip things, aren't they?
Yeah, twin tip. We also have some free ride skis for teenagers, so you can go in the snow park, in the border cross, and show your parents up a little bit. And we also equally have some snowboards. So if you want to learn to snowboard, we can give you the whole inclusive pack. And for those of you that have forgotten your gloves or your socks, we equally have lots of accessories.
Okay, that's
So
oh, yes.
a few accessories just to help you on your way.
Okay, brilliant. And helmets as well, because
Yeah, we have a
lot of helmet wearing these days.
Helmets are pretty important, and it's not obligatory in France that children wear helmets, but we strongly advise it. All children that ski with us, we'd like them to have a helmet, and we have some great prices if you want to either rent one or if you want to buy one.
Okay, so as well as the ski hire and the accessories and the skis themselves, you are most famous for being a ski school. So what can you offer for beginners, say?
Okay, so for beginners, it depends a lot on the individual person. You can either book a normal group lesson in the morning, which can either be 5 days or 6 days. It's the normal way that people come into ski school. You learn with a group of people that are the same level as you, and it's sort of a little bit, it's very, very social, and the ski instructor looks after you for quite a long time during each day. If you're somebody who likes to learn individually, very sporty, you can equally do a little bit of a fast track and you can take private lessons. The private lessons per hour generally tend to be a little bit more expensive, but they're much more intensive. So if you're somebody who's very sporty, who likes to learn individually, this is another option for you. Equally, private lessons are available for those that would like to learn as a family.
Oh, right, okay.
Or equally, if you're, let's say, a little bit more mature or not very physical fit, that does not mean that you can't learn to ski, but if you like, it's sometimes better to have a one-to-one or learn two of you with one instructor, so the instructor is there just for you to actually sometimes give you a little bit of a physical hand.
Okay, so say you had some situation like the dad's a keen skier, the wife isn't particularly keen, but he wanted to ski. And you've got a couple of kids who've never done it before, but very keen. I mean, would you take them all together, or would you?
It would be a little bit difficult to do that. If you're looking at a private lesson, you really want to have roughly the same level, and equally the same objectives. It doesn't mean that the family couldn't ski together, but a private lesson is quite intense, and for you to get the most out of it technically, to get your skiing to progress, you're better off sometimes just to book an hour and a half or 2 hour session each time you come skiing, just to progress on a couple of individual technical points just for yourself.
Okay, and for someone who say they got to a stage where they think they're pretty good, but they're not getting any better, I mean, what would you do for them? What would you suggest?
The thing is about ski technique is that quite often the ski technique that we teach you when you're sort of a beginner or a lower intermediate is adapted to travelling on quite flat slopes at slow speeds.
Right.
And people generally then try to take that technique and put it on a steeper run or to ski slightly faster with it. And most people think, I can ski so I don't actually need any lessons. The thing is about technique is if your technique gets better, you actually have more fun because you can move on to more varied terrain. you don't necessarily have to book a one-to-one lesson. We equally run workshops for carving, for bump skiing, and for off-piste. So you can improve your technique, and also it can be a little bit sociable as well, because you'll be with a group of friends, so you can have a little bit of a laugh.
Okay, that sounds great. So you're in Villeneuve, Serre Chevalier 1400, and in the commercial centre. Website is
www.ski-school-connections.co.uk.
okay. Typical French site where they love the hyphen. Talk about languages. You deal with.
Well, I'm from the UK. I have other instructors from the UK. We equally have French instructors who speak fantastic English. We have instructors as well that deal with off-piste and freestyle. We have an instructor that speaks Russian, some that speak a bit of Spanish and Italian. So normally we can work out some sort of language that we can communicate with you. But if you are an English-speaking skier and you'd like somebody to speak to you in English, we have lots of instructors with a very, very good level of English that you can have a lot of fun up the mountain with.
Yeah, the other day we had quite a good chat about when people decide to take lessons, and you said something quite interesting that was basically on a day like today, which is actually a lovely blue sky and sunshine, might not be the day you want to start learning to improve your technique.
Yeah, that's right. The thing about skiing is that quite often there are some great places up the mountain to go and explore, to get off the beaten track.
Right.
And a lot of people just end up skiing up and down the pistes. Whereas if you go off the beaten track, there's lots of little gullies and lots of very easy off-piste to go and ski. And it can be quite a magical experience to really get into the mountains. Sometimes you see some animals, and sometimes you just get this feeling of being a little bit more on your own. Off-piste skiing, people often think that there's meters of powder, but when you get in the powder, it can be fantastic, but you can also access off-piste with small bumps. Now, the thing about powder skiing is that a lot of people wait until there's the blue sky days, 30 centimetres of powder, before they want to go and do it. But a lot of the time, it's a good idea to have a little bit of an instruction to get your basic technique good, or get your technique better when you're skiing off-piste. So when that window does open up and there is the 30 centimetres of fresh powder and the blue skies, you're armed with the tools to be able to ski it comfortably. Whereas it's very difficult sometimes to get people to enjoy powder when their turns are really not quite how they should be, or their turn shapes are a little bit too sharp, or they're not actually standing properly on their skis. So if you want to start getting off-piste, look at it not as like a short-term objective, look at it more as a long-term investment. And so get your technique right, get yourself standing on the piste properly, get yourself using the skis how they should be, and then when that blue sky day does turn up, you can actually get in the powder and you can have a really, really good time.
So the interesting thing there is you're saying that it's not necessarily the hardcore skier who's like done all the piste and now wants to go further. You're saying it's actually just to access beautiful places and go places where, the same as if you went for a walk, you wouldn't want to walk along a footpath all the time. You might want to go off the beaten track.
The whole idea of skiing is to sometimes be a little bit off the beaten track.
Yeah.
You can go as a family, you can go with different ranges of skier, or snowboarders. We can take snowboarders and skiers together.
Yeah.
And it's just to enjoy something, to enjoy half a day up the mountain together. And you don't necessarily have to be a fantastic skier to do it. As long as you've got a pretty sound technique, we can choose off-piste runs that are suitable for most upper intermediate to advanced skiers. Of course, there's the hardcore stuff, but you don't necessarily have to be hardcore to get off the beaten track.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Right. Okay, so for someone interested in ski lessons and ski hire and everything that you offer, what's their next step?
So you can either have a look on our website, which is ski-school.connections.co.uk, or you can give us a ring. All our office staff speak fluent English. One of them's just sitting behind me. Hi, Joanna.
Hang on, see Joe. Hi, Joe.
Okay, so you can give us a ring, and it's quite nice to have a little bit of a chat, get the idea of, or the whole picture of what you actually need, and then we can advise you on what lessons would be the best suited for you and your family. So you can give us a ring on 0492462832, or you can just equally send us an email with a rough idea of what you would like, and then quite often we give you a ring to have a chat a little bit more.
Okay, well, that sounds great. So our next video will probably be
up the mountain
on the piste.
On the piste.
Excellent. Thank you, Davina.
Bye.